Hey everybody, one that always bored, never boring. Back in March, Hasbro suddenly remembered they had a Twitter account and they started to use it to show updates for their new edition of HeroQuest. They showed some factory samples for some of the miniatures and the dice and a little bit more of the artwork, and at the time I posted a video on my channel talking about my thoughts and feelings regarding those updates, and I will put a link in the video description here to that video if anybody's interested in seeing my initial thoughts there. After posting that video, I thought we were going to get a constant stream of new updates, and it was my plan to produce a new video maybe once a month to talk about all of the new reveals up to that point. However, since that first video, Hasbro have only made one more update on their Twitter account. They posted a single picture of some painted factory sample miniatures on the 1st of April, and there has been complete radio silence since. That is surprising and a little bit annoying because you could see in the background of some of their other photos there were other miniatures, there were other factory samples. They certainly have other things they could be showing, so I don't know why they haven't. So I thought, what the heck, I'll talk about this one picture that they have shared because it does show one of the items of furniture and two of the miniatures. The first thing of note is the new fireplace. Of course, in the original HeroQuest, the furniture was a combination of plastic and cardboard elements, and in the new edition of HeroQuest, everything is going to be plastic. That does mean you're going to have to paint the furniture, and it also poses some challenges for the sculptors. I would say that this fireplace looks pretty good, but there is a certain two-dimensional quality to the fire. Obviously, not as two-dimensional as printed fire on a piece of cardboard, but there's definitely a certain flatness to the fire. The other thing to note is that on the original fireplace there was a picture of a king above the mantelpiece, and they have a frame sculpted above the fireplace in the new miniature. But that's going to be something you're going to have to paint in yourself. You're either going to have some very good freehand skills, or you're going to have to print off a little picture. I'm not entirely sure, but it does look a little bit like on this factory sample they have printed off a small image and pasted it into the frame rather than painting something by hand. And for reasons best known only to them, they have put a picture of Mentor in the frame. I am not sure why Zargon would have a picture of his nemesis above the fireplace. Perhaps he throws darts at it. Regardless, I think having that frame sculpted above the fireplace is going to pose a challenge for some painters, and it's something to be aware of. The second thing in the picture is our mummy, and I really like this miniature. I think it's really funny. I don't like it as much as the original HeroQuest miniature. I think the original mummies from HeroQuest are absolutely lovely, but this is a nice one, and I do like that they have got a little bit of humour in the design of the miniature. They have posed it in an Egyptian walking stance, with the forward arm raised up and the other arm pointing downwards. I thought that was a funny little touch. And this factory sample has been painted. Obviously the game is not coming with painted miniatures, and they've done a very simple paint job on that mummy there. I have got a painting video on my channel for painting mummies, and they are really simple to do, and you can get really good results without a lot of effort, and I think they've done a good job there, although the base looks a little bit messy. The final miniature in the picture is one of the orcs, and I've said from the start that the new design of orcs don't really appeal to me. I'm a big fan of the original orc look, and these new orcs aren't really doing it for me. I think of the various designs we saw at the render stage during the crowdfunding campaign, this particular miniature was my favourite of the bunch. I wasn't so keen on the orcs with the flowing hair. They looked a little bit weird, a little bit emo or goth maybe, and to me they looked a little bit weird, like they'd put modern women's hairstyles onto the orcs to make them look like female orcs, rather than doing something that felt more in keeping for the orkiness that they were going for, but that's a personal opinion. Regardless, this miniature isn't too bad. I think it's the orkiest looking one of the bunch, and he has a suitably big sword to hit people with. If they all looked a little bit like this one, I wouldn't mind them so much, although they are still my least favourite miniatures that we've seen so far. They have of course painted the miniature for this picture, and it looks like it's a pretty quick paint job. It's not the best paint job in the world. I don't think the paint job necessarily does the miniature justice, but conversely it does show what you can do with the miniatures even if you're not an exceptional painter capable of the absolute best quality paintwork. So in that regard, it's quite a useful picture. You can see what you can do with just a few colours and some simple techniques. And I guess that's it. I think everything's looking okay. I am surprised we haven't heard more about the game since, and I do hope that we start seeing some more factory samples. There are many more miniatures in the game, many more items of furniture, and also of course cards and artwork. And it is fun to get sneak peeks of some of those things. But that's about all I've got to say about that. What does everybody else think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. That's it from me for now. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, please consider pressing the like button. If you really enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing if you don't already do so. And hopefully, I'll see you all again very soon. Bye bye everyone. Bye bye.